All right, everyone, this is our business plan expanding to Berlin by Ethan and Christian. To begin, our business plan focuses on expanding in and out to Berlin, Germany. When we look at the market opportunity, Berlin has a population of about 3.8 million people, and it attracts huge numbers of young consumers and tourists every year. These groups tend to look for fast casual food options that are quick, high quality, and consistent. Because of this, Berlin shows strong demand for premium burgers. This aligns well with In-N-Out's simple, fresh, and straightforward model. The city's density and its spending power also supports what we call market-seeking foreign direct investments, basically meaning the demand is there and the customer basis is large enough for expansion. Next, when we look at the competitive landscape, Berlin already has major players like Five Guys, McDonald's, and well-known local favorite Burger Minister. Even though the competition is strong, the growing demand for quality, freshness, and transparency gives In-N-Out an advantage. Large American brands already exist in Germany, so the liability for forgiveness, the disadvantage foreign companies usually face, is actually lower. What makes In-N-Out stand out is its brand equity, its simplicity, and its reputation for high standards. But even with these strengths, we still have to consider cultural and institutional differences. Using the CAGE framework, Germany has moderate cultural distance from the US. German consumer value high quality, which matches In-N-Out's philosophy, but they also enjoy more customization than a standard In-N-Out menu usually offers. Administratively, the distance is lower, meaning the business environment is generally predictable and supportive. However, geographic distance makes the fresh only supply chain more difficult. Unlike the US, where distribution centers are closer together, Europe requires a EU-based distribution hub to guarantee freshness. Operationally, there are also challenges. Germany has strict labor laws, which could increase labor costs. In-N-Out would need a major marketing investment because the brand is not widely recognized in Berlin. So, the real barriers aren't about finding customers. The demand exists, but rather about operational and maintaining the company's fresh product standards. Finally, when we consider entry strategies, options like pop-up testing could help In-N-Out gauge local demand before committing. A greenfield investment building new operation from scratch would give full control, which fits In-N-Out's culture. However, a joint venture wouldn't make sense because the companies historically preference full ownership and consistency across locations.
So this is a model that helped us set up our business plan. It usually helps managers get a business idea. So we use this to help get our business idea for In-N-Out and moving it to Berlin, Germany. So we actually emailed In-N-Out and asked them why they haven't expanded to more locations within the state. And it's basically like Ethan said, it's freshness and maintaining quality for the customers. This is the map of the current locations in the US, which is just showing like there's not many locations. It's only 8 states in the US right now. So where in Berlin would we start our In-N-Out locations? We want to make sure that we're able to reach enough of the population to where people that want to try it can reach it, but also if there's a cultural difference in the food where many people in Germany might not want to try the In-N-Out food, where we can also reach people that are used to the In-N-Out taste, like tourists that are visiting. So this is why we picked an area between the Brandenburg Gate and the Rennestage building, just because they're in close proximity, it would be a good location to start our In-N-Outs. And we have them labeled on the map with a red dot. So entering the market, so I was thinking of marketing strategies for In-N-Out to enter Berlin. So if their main menu isn't doing good with the variety of options being very limited, we could maybe add some new options, like maybe leaning more toward Berlin types of foods like curry style In-N-Out spread and apple strudel shakes, which is like a apple tart treat milkshake and different, maybe offering different types of meat that are more local to Berlin, just to offer a different type of menu. And then also some legal issues that In-N-Out may face just because of the types of foods that they serve. There are some food safety regulations that Germany holds within the states, and one problem they might face is that there are some additives that are supervised because they don't want customers or consumers to get those additives within their foods. So the overall outcome is Berlin, Germany may be a very good option for In-N-Out, but it most likely would be a better option for In-N-Out to expand within the States first and then start venturing out internationally. And that is the end of our presentation.